The large-scale battle for Kurakhovo has intensified significantly. Recently, Russian troops were advancing on the town from two directions, but a third has now been added. The battle is unfolding across a front that spans 30 kilometers, with a substantial position to be captured in the near future. I am Yan Matveev, and today I'll discuss how the Ugledarsky breakthrough threatens to encircle another Ukrainian city. I'll analyze the defenses of Kurakhovo and outline the future plans of Russian forces, exploring whether this signals a potential collapse of the Donetsk front. On October 25, Russian forces breached the fragile AFU defenses line in the Ugledarsk section at 3 points towards the villages of Shakhterskaya, Novoukrainka and Bogoyevlenka. Over 5 days, the offensive advanced by 3 to 6 kilometers, capturing the villages of Shakhterskaya and Yasnaya Polyana, and nearing the outskirts of Novoukrainka, with flags raised in multiple locations across Bogoyevlenka. The Russian advance is led by the 40th Marine Brigade, 5th Tank Brigade, and the 36th, 39th, and 57th Motorized Rifle Brigades, supported by units from the 14th Special Forces Brigade and other detachments. The Ukrainian force is defended by the 128th Mountain Assault Brigade, along with the 123rd and 118th Brigade of the Territorial Defense, which have replaced the severely damaged 72nd Mechanized Brigade. Analysts suggest that one reason for the failure at the Ugledarsky section is the lack of experienced and well-equipped units following the replacement of the 72nd Brigade. Additionally, the line from Bogoyevlenka to Shakhterskaya was poorly fortified, consisting of only a few strongholds. This allowed Russian forces to execute a rapid breakthrough to the north. While they incurred losses, the offensive was not effectively repelled, leading to the collapse of the southern flank of Kurakhovo's defenses. Simultaneously, the battle for the northern flank continues, separated from the city by a reservoir. Here, Russian troops have nearly pushed Ukrainian forces out of the fortified area of Gornyak, Kurakhovka, Alexandropol over the past week. Currently, only Kurakhovka remains defended, while Russian forces expand their front on the northern side. Izmailovka has already fallen, with Novoselidovka and Voznesenka next in line. This situation poses a significant threat of encirclement for the Ukrainian force grouping in Kurakhovka, which includes the 154th Battalion of the Territorial Defense, the 21st Special Forces Battalion of the Presidential Brigade, and parts of the 110th Mechanized Brigade. Meanwhile, the 114th and 110th Motorized Rifle Brigades advanced against them. In the near future, Ukrainian units may need to withdraw towards Ilyinka and Berestki to avoid the risk of encirclement from the west, as there is only a 5-kilometer gap remaining. They might hold their position temporarily due to a dam connecting them with Kurakhovo, but it's likely that this pocket will close quickly, establishing the front line at the villages of Novodmitrievka, Solntsovka, and Stary Terny. However, the battle for Kurakhovo is far from over. Russian columns are advancing along the front and are once again attempting to break directly from Maximilianovka into the residential areas of Kurakhovka. This week, attacks have persisted in the crucial area where a chain of settlements shields Kurakhovo from the south. Russian forces have managed to enter Katerinovka, and Konstantinovka appears to have been completely captured. Fighting has commenced from Antonovka as well as in the Ilyinka and Yelizavetovka regions. Now is a good time to examine the broader context. The latest Russian offensives in the Kurakhov direction threaten to create two encirclements, a smaller one north of the Volcha River and a large one extending from Ugledar to Volcha in the south. Kurakhovo is likely to find itself in a precarious position within this larger pocket. In the near future, Russian troops will attempt to close the northern pocket, while the Ukrainian forces may need to withdraw. From the south, the offensive will continue toward Maximovka, Sukhoy Yar, and Zelenovka, with movements through Trudavoye to Uspenka and Dalnye. This situation could create numerous protrusions in the front line, risking encirclement for Ukrainian units. Commanders in the Kurakhov section will need to act swiftly and decisively to withdraw their forces, allowing Russian troops to seize even more territory. The outlook of grim, reflecting mistakes made in defense, primarily the lack of robust fortifications for Ukrainian units. It may be necessary to deploy additional Ukrainian reserves to stabilize the situation. Weak logistics are a challenge for the Russian army. They cannot sustain breakthroughs of 10 kilometers or more without risking supply shortages and significant losses. Instead, they will likely focus on leveling the front, closing gaps, and then attempting new offenses. The defense of the line from Yelizavetovka to Konstantinovka will be crucial. If it is quickly breached, Kurakhovo could be surrounded on three sides. Another challenge for Russian units is the open terrain. While this allows for clear visibility, making it easier to spot Ukrainian forces' movements, it also leaves Russian forces exposed to drone surveillance and attacks, leading to substantial losses. Their continued offensive is largely sustained by a numerical advantage in personnel and equipment. Kurakhovo is currently under pressure from three sides, pressed against a wide water barrier that helps protect the northern flank, but severely restricts the defenders' options. Essentially, there is only one supply route available, which is predictable. easy observed and vulnerable to enemy fire. Retreating from the city would also prove extremely difficult. As a result of the Russian offensive, the front line is shifting westward. Ukrainian authorities should be preparing defense in the areas of Konstantinovka and Andreevka to prevent history from repeating itself in the coming months. What is unfolding in the Kurakhovo direction cannot be characterized as a complete collapse. Ukrainian units are still maintaining mainly position. If they need to withdraw, they are doing so in a relatively organized manner, minimizing unnecessary losses in personnel and equipment. Russian columns, meanwhile, face consistent resistance from artillery and drones. There have been local failures, and it remains unclear how the Ukrainian force will stabilize the situation. We'll monitor developments in the coming days. This is Yan Matveyev. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. See you soon and good luck to you.